I'm 46 years old and have lost the same 50 pounds over and over again, only to gain it back and more. At the beginning of the year, my cholesterol was so high I was sure I'd need to go on medication. But by the end of my Whole30, my overall cholesterol level dropped 83 points, triglycerides dropped 82 points, LDL dropped 63 points, and HDL rose 3 points. Plus, I lost 10 pounds and over 7 inches. Thank you. Patty M., Boise, Idaho. The framework for our Whole30 program and general recommendations are built on what we've learned from some very smart people, one in particular. Rob Wolf, the New York Times best-selling author of The Paleo Solution and one of the world's leading experts on the paleo lifestyle, has been a friend and mentor for many years now. Rob has influenced our program and the way we work with our clients tremendously. In fact, his 30-day elimination approach formed the foundation of our Whole30 program. As a result, the basics of our food recommendations look a lot like the fundamental tenets of the Paleo Diet. You've probably heard of it by now. You know, that Caveman Diet the media has been talking about? Its recommendations are based on the diet consumed by man during the Paleolithic era, a 2.6 million year period that ended about 10,000 years ago with the advent of agriculture. The theory is that we are genetically adapted to the diet of our Paleolithic ancestors, and that genetic disposition hasn't changed much in the last 10,000 years, which means we are not genetically suited to our modern, industrially produced, agriculture-based diet. Paleo diet advocates believe that the healthiest diet for people today should resemble the diets of our hunter-gatherer ancestors. Paleo Demystified. Before we go any further, let's debunk some myths about the paleo diet. First, it's not about recreating the existence of cavemen. No one wants you to go without electricity, hot showers, or your beloved iPhone. And yes, cavemen didn't always have a long lifespan, but that's not because of their food choices. It was more likely the lack of antibiotics, the abundance of predators, and harsh living conditions. Second, it's not a carnivorous diet. The moderate amount of high-quality meat is balanced with tons of plant matter, vegetables, and fruit. Third, the fat you eat as a part of a paleo diet will not clog your arteries, because fat all by itself is not the culprit in that scenario. Really, more on that later. Finally, the diet is not carb-phobic, it's 100% sustainable from day one, and it's really not that radical, unless you consider eating nutrient-dense, unprocessed food radical, which, in today's microwave dinner, fast food, low-fat era, might very well be the case. Now, we agree that foods advocated by the paleo diet are the healthiest choices in today's modern age. The research and experience of folks like Dr. Lauren Cordain and Rob Wolf heavily influenced our own experimentation, and the results we achieved after eating this way were hard to ignore. But please hear us clearly on this one subject. We are far more concerned with health than we are with history. We aren't recommending meat and vegetables because we think that's what our ancestors ate. We don't say cheesecake is a poor choice because cavemen didn't eat cheesecake, and we're certainly not about to debate whether any one food is technically paleo. While the paleo diet is backed by solid scientific research, refer to our references, we generally don't get all hung up on what Paleolithic man may or may not have eaten. We care about what is making us, here and now, more or less healthy. And we suspect that's what you care about, too.